I think that one of the reasons why getting on top of hearing loss quickly is kind of twofold. For me, it's about social isolation. A lot of my patients will come to the clinic and they'll say, I don't go to Bridge Club anymore, I don't go to church anymore, I don't go to my groups anymore, I don't go to my hiking groups anymore because I don't want to be the what person in the room. And I think that if you're noticing problems, that social isolation, number one, slows us down mentally, and we need to get that taken care of. The second part of that is that I've always told patients that it's kind of a use it or lose it. We have a lot of really beautiful hiking trails up here, especially in Rocky Mountain National Park, the National Forest around here. And the trails that are traveled a lot are really easy to see. And they're really easy to follow. But there's some trails that kind of get off to the side where you go, well, I might know where I'm going. And you have to think about that with like the pathways of your brain. If we're not getting good sound of the brain, there's pathways in the brain that process sound and understand sound that start to degrade. And as hearing loss develops, those spots in the brain start to get less and less input. So think about those trails that become less and less traveled. They're still there, but they're harder to get through. So we start to see people decline in their ability for speech understanding and processing in background noise especially. And those two things I think are super duper important. Social isolation and being able to make sure that the brain's got good, strong information all the time to keep our brain healthy, to keep us engaged. And really, the sooner the better. One other thing about that is when when COVID broke out, I had a gentleman come into the office and he dropped his credit card on the counter and he said, I have two options. And I said, what are they? And he said, divorce or hearing aids. Because I'm driving my wife crazy because we're stuck in the house all day together and I can't hear her. So it builds relationships too. This communication thing is so super duper important. And if you're the what guy or the what gal or whoever, we really do need to get that taken care of quickly. Get you re-engaged in your community, with your family, your friends, all those places you want to go. Earlier is always better.